This question asks us how the argument is flawed, so they're already setting us up that there is in fact a problem. So I'm going to put F for flawed, and I'm going to start to map out my argument. The basic idea of this argument is that I have a lot of 40 and 50-year-olds who are purchasing ice cream, and those are the people who are purchasing it in the largest quantities. And it says that the popular belief that teenagers eat more ice cream than adults must therefore be false. So let's actually start off with some of our premises. So my premises, I basically have, these are the facts. 40 and 50-year-olds are buying ice cream. And that's actually about it. So this relates to the conclusion, which is that teenagers are not, in fact, eating more ice cream than adults. Okay. So one thing that jumps out to me is this difference between buying and eating. We'll see if that turns into anything. But I would say that seems to be a flaw. I look at my answer choices here. A tells me that they don't distinguish between buying and consuming. So that could be true. Parents could be buying this ice cream and then their kids, the teenagers, could be consuming it. So that would be one problem potentially. Actually, I'll do that in red. B, it doesn't supply information about homeowners. I don't really care about their other information because it doesn't tell me anything about this specific conclusion. So B, I would say, is irrelevant. If I knew more information, it wouldn't really change anything. C depends on popular belief rather than documented research findings. If anything, that would kind of support the idea that this argument here is actually quite logical, which goes against what we're trying to do. So it doesn't show a flaw. If anything, it kind of supports it. D, it doesn't specify the precise amount of ice cream purchased by any demographic group. It seems on the surface that this might be relevant, except for we already know that the 40 to 50-year-olds are buying the largest amounts compared to any other demographic group. So I don't really care about if it's 50 versus 20 or 40 versus 30. I know for a fact they are purchasing more. So this really just adds in more detail without telling me anything meaningful or differentiating. E discusses ice cream rather than more nutritious and healthy food. Hopefully this one is clearly irrelevant because I really want to know, are teenagers eating more or not? Is that a correct assumption or not? Is the only one that does this for me.